Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Cranky Motorsports. This is going to be a little bit shorter of a video, and it's mostly going to be just unboxing a bunch of stuff that I got in today. So I kind of alluded in my last video to the fact that I had a bunch of parts coming in from Summit Racing. Most of the stuff I need to finish putting the motor in the truck and getting the transmission ready to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. I bought a Summit transmission pan for my Turbo 400, and it was basically a whole kit with the pan, the filter, and everything else, the mounting screws, but it comes shipped as loose parts. So it's just a generic black Turbo 400 pan. Nothing super special, but I just figured if I'm taking the transmission pan off, I'd want to put one in that has a drain and one that's brand new. So I got a Turbo 400 tranny pan. Of course, I can't get it back in there. With that pan came a set of bolts. This is the pan is the Summit SUM-G3884B for black. It comes with these chrome transmission pan bolts, which is SUM-910400. And then it also comes with the Turbo 400 filter kit, which is SUM-G1891R. And it's all for a standard depth oil pan. It's just basically going to be, I said bee and there they were. I hate bees. What if I have a nest in my garage? That would suck. I hate bees. Anyway, standard depth oil pan, standard depth transmission filter, and it comes with a rubber gasket. I'm not a huge fan of the rubber gaskets. Sometimes these are kind of crappy if they don't have the crush washers in them. But so there's the transmission pan, the bolts, and the filter kit all in one package here. And the reason I wanted to get that stuff is because I bought this B&M Turbo 400 Shift Improver Kit. This is the trick kit, and obviously stage 1 is for towing and heavy duty. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to do the stage 2 street and strip. Usually this just consists of a couple of shift plates, some extra gaskets, drill bit, a gasket, and some other stuff to put in the transmission to change out the standard fluid transfer plate. A lot of times you have to take out a bunch of check balls so that the fluid goes differently through the valve body. So I've used these before. I put them in Turbo 350s before and they worked great. So I wanted to put that in my Turbo 400. A few other things I got, just simple parts. I needed a fuel cap for this truck because it's not venting properly. So this is a Motorrad MGC 817. Standard gas cap, nothing exciting about that, but stuff I needed anyway. I got front and rear transmission seals. So one of these is for the torque converter and one of these is for the output shaft of the transmission. And I also got just some cheap weld-on exhaust hangers. I like using these. If you can find any hole in your frame or your body to bolt this guy to, you drop the hanger down, wrap it around your pipe, and give it some good weld. So that's for when I put my exhaust system in. And you might be saying I'm a little bit premature on my exhaust system, but if there's two things I spend far too much time doing when it comes to cars, that is looking at exhaust systems and looking at tires and wheels. I love buying tires and wheels, and I love buying exhaust parts, which brings me to my next purchase. These are Summit fully welded turbo mufflers, part number SUM-633222. I believe these are just rebadged Flowtech afterburner mufflers. They stopped making those a few years ago, and lo and behold, Summit is now the only company that sells these mufflers. What it basically is, a nice heavy-duty steel, fully welded muffler. They claim it's a turbo muffler because it has no packing inside of it, and the air does kind of have to transfer around through the muffler. But the way these work, the air comes in through one end. It has kind of like some louvers going into it, so the exhaust goes into the louvers. It goes into a single chamber here that has a couple of holes in that chamber. There's another open chamber in here, and then another baffle here with a couple more holes in it, and then it comes out the outlet of the muffler. These are cool. You can actually see kind of straight through them. They have kind of a nice, mellow, chunky turbo muffler tone, but they also have a little bit of a cross of a chambered muffler because technically it's a welded chambered turbo muffler if you want to look at it that way. Now, David Freiberger tested these on Engine Masters a couple of years ago in the $40 muffler shootout, and they actually performed pretty well because the inside tubes are pretty big and they were a little bit louder than a standard turbo muffler, but not quite as loud as like a Flowmaster style muffler. So I think I'm going to be pretty happy with trying these out in the truck. We'll see exactly how they sound.
The louvered tube with the open louvers in the direction of airflow. The opening,
so it's facing it?
The opening in the louver is facing the flow. So I think it's going to be bad, but who knows?
I had a set of these in an old S10 that I had years ago with a 4.3 V6 and had true dual exhaust with 2 of these mufflers in there. I think they sounded pretty good. Ironically, I just stuck one of these in my F-150 this week as well, so here's a sound clip from that. These are relatively inexpensive. I think they were like $41 or $42 a piece. And I want to try these out in addition to another type of muffler just to see how they sound. My plan is to have the headers come down with the exhaust pipes going over the cross member. I bought an H pipe for this truck, and then I'm going to run the H pipe into 2 mufflers, whether it's these or the other ones I'm going to show you, and then just have a dump off of that because again, the 90s builds, there were a lot of guys just doing axle dumps with either Flowmasters or some other type of muffler like this. I like the way the Flowmasters sound when you rev it up and let off with that. It has like a really unique decay sound of the exhaust. Especially when they're dumped. If you put a lot of tubing on the end of them, they tend to get barky. I don't really want it to be barky. I just want to hear that rumble out of the muffler with a quick decay. So I got 2 of these mufflers, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the other mufflers that I have here in a second. Like I said, I think these are knockoff Flowtech afterburners, or they just bought the rights to the muffler. Maybe they're the same, maybe they're not. So these are the other mufflers that I bought, and I bought these quite a while ago. These I got from Rock Auto. Now, if it looks like a Flowmaster, it basically is a Flowmaster. Has the same type of triangle baffle and the same kind of semicircular baffle on the other end. They're chambered mufflers. The only thing I can say about these are actually AP exhaust, the letter A, the letter P. Ah! What a catch. That was funny. Anywho, these are AP exhaust accelerator, X-L-E-R-A-T-O-R. And they're basically a knockoff Flowmaster. They have the same little sound bump on one end. They have the same type of baffling inside of them. And the reason I bought these were from Rock Auto. These were like $19 a piece. The literal cheapest chambered Flowmaster knockoff I could possibly find. And same exact design. Now I will say the quality on these, the K-W-A-L-I-T-Y, quality, is not very good. There's actually a pinhole in this muffler that I'm going to have to weld before I ever install these in my truck. But again, the whole point with getting these and getting the Summit mufflers was I want to try both mufflers on the truck and see which one I like better. Whichever one I don't end out using, I'll just keep for something else. Maybe I'll put a Y pipe in my Ford and run 2 2.5 inch pipes in my Ford instead of running a single 3-inch pipe in my Ford. The other thing I got off of eBay was just some stainless steel elbows, and the whole reason I wanted these, I wanted to get just a turn down, like a quick dump coming out of the muffler. And if you buy the actual turn downs for the, for anything, like if you buy a MagnaFlow turn down or a Walker turn down, they're like $26 a piece. These I picked up off eBay. These are stainless steel, and it's just a 45-degree elbow with a flared end on it, and I'm just literally going to cut them right here, make a turn down out of them, and these things were 13 bucks a piece. and I think there was like $1 in tax between the two of them, and then it was free shipping. So I spent 26 bucks on 2 of these turn downs, which are stainless steel, as opposed to just getting 1 turn down for about the same amount of money. That's what I have for exhaust for the truck. I'm pretty excited to get the motor back in. I'm almost there. I got to finish like half of 1 cylinder, just rehabbing the 1 cylinder, putting new valve stem seals and lapping the valves on 1 cylinder, and then I can start bolting the motor together. I still have a broken bolt in one of the heads that I tried getting out by welding a nut onto it. I welded 6 nuts onto it, and every time I tried twisting the stud out, it just broke shorter and shorter and shorter. So now I basically have to cut it flush with the head, tap it and drill it, or drill it and tap it out. Maybe put a helicoil in that 1 hole. I hate drilling and tapping stuff. I shouldn't say always, but I often end up ruining stuff. So I actually have 2 studs on that head that I need to drill and tap. Probably put helicoils in both of them because I have a 3/8 helicoil kit. All that aside, I'm making progress. I did drive the truck with the locker in it. It works fine. It's a little bit noisy when it unlocks sometimes. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that way, or maybe there's not enough tolerance to allow it to easily disengage, but I did measure it and it seems like everything works fine. So it does drive nice. The 308 gears turn a little bit more RPM on the highway, but it's not that noticeable. My speedometer is about 6 miles an hour fast now because I went from a 273 to a 308, and that's manageable. So truck's coming along. I got some other cool stuff. I got some clear side marker lights for the front that I'm putting on. I have new taillight lenses because one of these, or both of these, are a little bit smoky, and this one doesn't fit very well in the bed, so I got to tweak the bed a little bit. Little things a little bit at a time is going to make this truck really awesome. So kind of a little bit different video for me today. I just wanted to kind of do an unboxing of the stuff I have for the truck and talk a little bit about my plans for the future. Like I said, I'm very close to getting the motor ready to go. While I have the motor out, I'm going to do all the rehab work on the transmission, do the shift kit and everything like that. So pretty soon, I'm going to have a big block in my truck. So thanks for joining me in another edition of Cranky Motorsports. Have a great day. Keep tractoring, keep trucking. God bless.